NBA superstars convening in Minneapolis tonight. You got the NBA points leader, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, and going to the Ant Farm to take on Mr. Edwards and the Timberwolves. And here he comes, Edwards. Ant on Chet Holmgren. Chet's just been back a few games after missing months with a pelvic fracture. Grew up in Minnesota. That is a rough homecoming for Mr. Holmgren. The fans are going nuts. Yeah, you threw down on his head right there. Here he comes again. Ant had some words for Chet, too. Like, can you believe I just did that to you? Third quarter, Thunder down 2. Here comes SGA. Misses. But Isaiah Hartenstein rips it out of Edwards' hands. Back to Gilgeous-Alexander for the easy one. He had just 24 points, 8 below his season average. Edwards the miss. Naz Reid there for the rebound. Oh, tough shot and one. Timberwolves up 7 after the foul shot. Then off the miss, Terrence Shannon Jr. kicks it out to Ant. Little up fake. Splash. Minnesota up by 10 heading into the fourth. Naz Reid, one of the best sixth men in the game, got the start tonight and responded with a huge one. Goes to the left hand, 27 points, 13 boards, 7 assists. Later in the fourth, Mini by 16. Edwards over Holmgren again, this time from outside. He had 23 points on the night. Timberwolves rolling. No Rudy Gobert, no Mike Conley, no Julius Randle, didn't matter. Jaden McDaniels here in the paint. Wolves shorthanded, but they beat the best team in the West by 15. Here's Chris Finch on this one.
I think to me, it's a lot about just approach, having kind of a killer mindset. I think we've done a better job focusing in over the last month or so, but I think there's another level to go for us. I think, there's no more learning about who we are. There's no more, rough spots. Like we got to go. We've seen enough what we can do, whether we're healthy or banged up. That
defeated the Thunder 116 to 101.
I watched the game at dinner on my phone.
T-Wolves defeated the Thunder 116 to 101. Naz Reid 27 points, 13 rebounds, 7 assists for the shorthanded Wolves that was playing without Rudy Gobert. They was also playing without Julius Randle and Mike Conley. Anthony Edwards chipped in with 23 points. Shai Gilgeous had 24. I think it's his first game in about 20 that he's had under 25 points. But he ended the night with 24 points, 9 assists, 8 rebounds. But the Thunder was 2 of 13 in the second half. The Minnesota got going early when Ant-Man dunked on Chet Holmgren. You're like, oh my goodness. They had 3 players in double figures. Shannon came off the bench, gave him some. I thought Luke Garza, he gave him 15 quality minutes. He was only 4 or 7, but he had 8 points, 8 rebounds. He was hustle active, very, very active. But the T-Wolves, they got after it tonight, and they won this game. Ant-Man was 3 of 12 from the 3, 10 points, but it was Naz Reid inserted into the starting lineup because Julius Randle and Rudy Gobert was out, and he was sensational. The reigning 6th man of the year. Gave you 27, 13, and 8, 27, 13, and 7. But it was a very good game. Mm-hmm. The Thunder go into the break losing, but I think they're 42 and 10 now? 42 and 10?
Yeah.
No, they're 44 and 10. Man. My bad. 44 and 10. Yeah. Nothing to hang their head about.
Nothing to hang their head about at all. But I think it's more of a curse of teams that are really good going to the break, not playing to their full potential, knowing that they're going to the break. Listen, the way the OKC is built, this game they should have won this game. They should have won this game. Chet coming back, Chet Holmgren he's hurt, right? He's coming off the injury.
First game back this year.
Yeah, trying to get his legs back underneath him, trying to get himself back in the rhythm and get himself going. There's no reason this game should have been the way it was. I want to make sure I say his name right. I'm talking about Shai. Hey, remember the group Shai?
If I ever fall in love again.
What you know about that, man?
I just told you I know about
it. Shai got it going in the second half, but it was rough for him in the beginning. It was rough for him in the beginning. A player like that, a player like Shai, I think about him. Am I allowed to call him very Kobe-ish, or am I tripping?
His game,
That same killer instinct, that same mentality, or am I wrong? If I'm wrong, tell me if I'm
Yeah,
wrong.
his game. I mean, he has a great mid-range game. I mean, Kobe had a nice mid-range game. Kobe, I mean, I don't see him as the finisher that Kobe is. He can get to the basket, but he's not as explosive as Kobe. He's more of a
Right.
slippery, slithery guy. Kobe first step is like
Right.
boom. Shea plays with great pace. He has great stop ability. You don't realize it, but he can elevate, but you don't realize it that you can't speed him up. And that's what they're really good. You look at Luka. You can't speed Luka up. Luka gonna play on his time. Jokic, you're gonna play on his time. Shea plays at his pace. But to see the maturation and how this young man his game has blossomed, Ocho, from where he started, from when they traded him
to where he is now. Yeah.
Man.
Hey, nice. You know what? And I wouldn't, like you said, this is nothing to hang your head about losing tonight. Obviously, you're 44-10, and I guarantee you it has something to do with the break. Even though the player probably wouldn't admit it, that we didn't play to our full potential because we know the break is coming. And listen, we just trying to get up out of here. We just trying to get up out of here.
They jumped on them early though, Ocho. You see, that's the thing.
Yeah.
They didn't. And give OKC, they was down by 26-27. They cut it all the way down to like 5 or 6 in the second half.
Yeah.
But then, the Wolves, the T-Wolves, stepped on the gas, and for all intents and purposes, it was over after that point. But they got really balanced scoring. They had They had 6 guys in double figures. Thunder did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Had 5 guys in double figures. But the Timberwolves played really well. They played really well tonight. Neither team shot the ball particularly well. Both teams were around 42% shooting. Both teams were under 27% from the 3-point line. Both teams, one team went to the foul line 22 times. The other team went to the foul line 24 times. But it was a really good game. The Thunder are really, really good. That young team, they go really big. They start basically 3 guards and 2 bigs. Chet at the 5, Hartenstein at the 4, and Lou Dort, Shea, and Jalen Williams. Basically, so they go a 3-2, 3 guards and 2 bigs. Very few people play like that currently.
Right.
Every once in a while you have a center, but now normally he's a stretch. You look at Porzingis in Boston, he's really a stretch 5. Anthony Davis, when he was with the Lakers, he's really a stretch. Most people play like that. Occasionally, you got a guy like Joker, that's a typical big man, but he could. Most of the bigs can shoot the 3 ball. Jokic, Embiid, AD, Porzingis, they can shoot the 3. And so that's what makes these guys the space in which they play with. But the Thunder, when it's all said and done, I believe they're going to be there. They got a young team. They're really athletic. They're really good. They just didn't shoot the ball well tonight. And they ran into a team that played well, that jumped on them early. And it happens. I mean, you're not going to be up every night. But it just goes to show you just how impressive what Golden State did. Golden State lost 9 games for an entire season.
73-9 season.
The Bulls lost 10